Hi guys, my name is Chris Lawyer, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create a DJ mix in Ableton Live. This kit can be really useful. For example, if you have to make a guest mix for a radio show, if you want to create your own radio show, a podcast, if you want to showcase your favorite tunes, or if you want to recreate a live set. Sometimes it's much more easier to put together a set in the studio. If you don't have turntables, you have to rent it, you have to go to the place, pick it up, and you can even find yourself in situations when renting is not possible. So I'm going to show you how I create it. In the previous video I talked about how I prepare for my DJ set. If you missed it, stop this video, go watch it and continue afterwards. I will wait here. So the first thing what I would suggest is to gather all your tracks and put them into the folder. Now this is how Ableton looks like when you open it. Go to the arrangement view, and there are two ways how you can add that folder. You can go click here to add folder, or the other way is just go to the folder, select the tracks what you want to add, hit Command C and then Command V to paste them in your timeline. Bam, the tracks appeared. Alright, so before we get this started, let's start the project. I want to create 4 audio tracks, and the track 1, actually we can delete these EQ8s, don't need them now. So let's name track 1 or channel 1 to track 1, create one for track 2. The third will be called EQ. And here I want to put an EQ 3, turn the lows all the way down, mids down by 3, highs down by 3. Actually they can stay the same. I will copy this to the channel 4, rename this EQ -3, and lower the mids by 3, also the highs by 3, and I want to lower the channel volume level -3 decibels as well. Arrange them. I want to put this here. Okay, and let's put in those 2 tracks. The second track to track 2, and maybe change it to yellow so we can differentiate them. Now track 1 is 122 BPM, track 2 is 123, so let's use 123 BPM in between. First I want to find a part where I want to switch the bass, so let's find that part. This is where I want this. I just go here, click here with my mouse, press Command E, or you can just find the split function. I don't know, it's somewhere around here. Split, there it is. Okay, and let's move it to the grid so it's easier to work with it. And I want to do the same thing on track 2. So after the DJ intro, I want to find a spot where I want to switch the bass, where I want to add the bass to this track. It's right there. Command E to split them. And when you mix in the track, you don't want to add your lows, because if the lows are playing on both tracks, the mix would not sound so pleasing. So what I want to do is to match these parts, something like this. And after that, I want to add this part to the EQ. So move this to the EQ channel. And also I want to move the DJ intro of the second track to the EQ. The reason why I created this EQ3 is because I like to split the tracks. For example, this track only have 30 seconds DJ outro. I want to halve them. After the first half, I put it in this channel, so it's a bit more seamless mixing, and it can be also used on the DJ outro. So let's find that part. Okay, so right here, there's not a lot of change, but there's a bit. So the volume goes a little bit up. This track has a really short DJ outro, so maybe you can create an endless loop. Select this part, hit Command C and paste it. I guess here is the kick. Okay, so just Command V, paste it, and we have to paste it once again. And at the end of this part, there is no drums. So I want to cut this out. Also, something what you can do, there would be another way to just fade this out. So if you hold F, you can create a fade. So this would be a possible option. I think this way it will be a bit better. Also, I can just move it to the EQ -3 channel, and I can do the same fading in on the second track. So let's listen to our DJ mix now. Just to avoid copyright streaks, I use tracks from Nashcats Underground. If you like these tracks, it's by my label. Okay, let's add another track, just to make sure you understand the concept. I'm going to paste it right here. Let's find the point where I want to switch the bass. Maybe right here. Okay, and I already just move it to the EQ channel, the track of EQ, and let's find the point on this track too. It's right there. And now let's match the tracks. So the main thing is where the DJ intro ends on one track, that's where the DJ outro starts on the other track. Match them perfectly. Really important. And sometimes happen in Ableton Live, like for example here you would see 123.99. That means Ableton miscalculated the track's BPM number. You can just put in 124. Okay, so let's move this channel to here. To have more control on the volume level, you can also use a utility. So let's load it in on this channel and automate it, pressing A on the Mac, and introduce it slowly. Now here you can decide if you want to keep this part. On this track there are no drums, so you can just decide if you select this region and turn the volume level down. By hitting 0 you deactivate the track. And also the situation is the same here. I would keep it here, and definitely because we mix into the breakdown, I would move this to right here. You can also just deactivate the track and mix directly into the breakdown. I would keep this in. Okay, so it can stay like this. Alright, so now let's talk about this thing. When you mix the track, the master level is in the red. How to fix that? Simply drag and drop a limiter onto the master channel. And now, while we're at the master channel, if you want to recreate the feeling that this track is recorded live, you may want to change the BPM because the DJs definitely do that on the stage to raise the energy level on the dance floor. How you can do that is to go to this song tempo section and enter the lowest BPM level what you want to play on. For example, 123 on this one, and I want to go all the way up to 127, let's say. So let's imagine this is a 1 hour long mix, what we created right here. You click here, create a point, and you click at another point and raise the tempo all the way as you want it. And as easy as that, you turn the tempo up. Some more things what you can do is to add some effects, to add some variation to your DJ mix. So for example, let's drop this EQ effect. Oh, I put the limiter to track 1. Let's copy it to master channel. And you can play around with the EQ effect at some parts of the mix. For example, let's just turn it up in this breakdown, 0, all the way up to, I don't know, maybe 35. Let's see that. At some parts you can also turn around the delay division, so from 1/8 to 1/4 for example, or to 1.5. If you want to create the feeling that this is recorded live, I would suggest you to only use effects what you can find, for example, in a Pioneer DJ mixer. Otherwise, you can combine a lot of effects and you can get really creative with it. For example, in Ableton you can find audio effect tracks, what is called Performance and DJ. And here I really like this fade to gray one. Oh, and definitely what I would suggest is when you're not using these effects, make sure you turn them off. For example, this dry and wet, we use it here. I want to create automation lane, and where I don't use it, I want to turn this off. And I'm going to show you why, just like this. So why I want to do that, for example, if you add the EQ3 to the master channel, now you see there's a limiter right now, and we're not in the red. But as fast as I add the EQ3, playing in the red, and it's something that's not too cool. Okay, so let's check this fade to gray effect. Let's use it, for example, in this part, right before the drop. Fade up, like all the way to here. Maybe I just drop it down from there. Let's create the automation lane for this one from here to 62. Also, when I don't use it, I just want to turn this off. I do this to avoid clipping. So if you want to recreate, for example, a live set, I would suggest you to use the delay effect, reverb effect, echo effect. Also, you can use some filter automation, like the auto filter. With this one, it's especially important to turn it off when you don't use it. And if you want to create an artistic set, you can go really crazy with the effects, but you can also create live mashups like you would do on stage. So just use your imagination and creativity and do what you would like to do. Alright guys, so I was Chris Lawyer. This video is copied out from my Patreon lectures. If you want to learn more stuff like this, definitely check out my Patreon, link is in the description. And one more thing, right now on nashcatsunderground.com we're running a sale, and from the discounted price you can get a 10% extra off with this code. If you can't afford them now, don't worry, it's worth to go to the site, you can get some free samples. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I hope you learned something, and I see you in the next one. Peace. Who's doing what?